Get the coffee. Let's get the coffee and let's get this day going. Off and get up already. Yes, sir, Justin. Just hit the old Benjamin Franklin there, bud. Top of the morning to you, brother. Hope you're having a good one. Just vibing, chilling. We're gonna get in here and do a live for about an hour or so, and then yeah, I can't say anything. Make sure my comments are on all comments. There we go. Now we're ready to rock, man. How's your day going, Justin? How's your morning? How is your morning? Is it alright? Alerting all crow's nests. Welcome in. Trying to find everybody, get everybody to come hang out this morning and say hello. Grab your coffee, grab your friend, and have a good time and chat. You're just jumping in, let the people know what you got going on down below. Just been watching Predator videos to pass time. Walking to the post office now. Oh, okay. Double tap the screen, everybody. Anybody coming in that's got some questions about the page, holler. Don't be shy. Simone. Or is it Simon? Simon. Howdy, brother. How's your day going? I don't think I've seen you in here before, but welcome. Welcome to RayRay Outdoors. If you guys wouldn't mind, do me a favor. See that fish? Double tap that fish for me. I greatly appreciate it, man. We're just trying to push the algorithm on my fishing page over here, man. Get some new people, some new family, some loving characters. Hey, come on over and check out my page, man. I got catch and cook videos all the way down to live streams. And here soon we'll be doing live streams on the water. You stay in there. Lord have mercy. Double tap that screen. Allison, good morning. How are you doing? Have you had your daily coffee yet, Allison? You had your daily coffee? Oh no, you're probably like, I'm too young for coffee. But I was roughly about 16, 17, maybe 18 years old when I started to drink coffee. What it do, bro? What it do, bro? ABT. That's what I'm gonna call you since your last. I can't really. We already got an Ari in here, so ABT. What's up, bro? 8BP. ABP. There we go. There we go. Good morning, y'all. Double tap that screen. Yeah, if you haven't already, do me a favor. See that fish? Double tap that fish for me. And if you're fresh here to the page, Come check out what we got going on, man. We do a lot of fishing videos, and here soon we'll be doing some live streams, catching fish live. Live action, boys. I drink coffee occasionally, not daily. Yeah, usually it's my morning routine. I try to get up and get me some coffee in me, because if I don't, I don't have the energy to do most of the stuff that I do. So it definitely gives me a boost when I come in here and talk to you guys, and from then on, I'm ready to go. We have a visitor today, guys. I figured I'd wait until there was a little bit more people in here, but we'll show her off a couple more times. This is Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is our neighbor's dog. He moved away from here a little bit ago. However, he had a really serious doctor's appointment this morning, and they wouldn't allow him to take his dog. So I told him to bring her on over here, and she can come hang out with us. And everybody welcome Tinkerbell to the chat.
Tinkerbell.
Allison said you were so pretty. Thank you, Allison. Meanwhile, she just took a box in the ass.
Yeah, ow.
We'll see, we got a couple more people in here. Double tap the screen. I don't know. What? Now you got hair all over your too. Better quit picking her up. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Quit picking her up.
Why don't you lay down, Tinkerbell? Lay down.
Mark, to close this door there. You can't. Right. It needs plugged in.
Oh.
Hit it and plug it up.
Yes.
Hit it and plug it in, plug it in. Allison, APP, Justin, what you guys doing, man? What you guys have for breakfast, and what's your guys' plans for the day? Everybody's got some plans, I'm sure. And if that's not your name and you're just coming in, thank you. And if you haven't already, see that fish? Double tap that fish for me. You double tap that fish, and that way we can get this algorithm going. And if you got anything to ask about the chat, drop it down below. We answer, we love, we talk. We're just over here to share our wealth and our things, man. I mean, do you guys like these flies? Do you guys agree that some of these flies look pretty good? I can't wait to start tying them myself. Oh, there's a duck in here. Comments are snelling right now. Allison, are you part of the crow's nest? Who in here is a part of the crow's nest right now? We need to alert the crows. I need the crows to be alerted. My love.
Yeah.
Will you find the direct message to Crisis and let him know that I'm live?
Okay.
Alright. He's probably just getting up dealing with his daughter and, you know, doing his thing as well. Oh, we're down to one. We're down to one character. I just got done working out, and I babysit my baby brother while my parents work, but that's about it. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I can't consider... I consider that babysitting because, you know, I know what it feels like to have to watch your younger sibling. But I didn't realize that, you know, as you got older and you moved out and stuff. Babysitting really ain't babysitting unless it's not your kid or your family. And, you know, you watch them in your own place of living. Which may be the case, but normally that would be the way you would refer to that as babysitting. Because I've met so many of my friends that are like, oh, I'm over here babysitting, bro, right now. I can't do nothing. I'm like, why are you babysitting? And they're like, oh, I'm just watching my kid. I'm like, dog, that's not babysitting. That's just raising your kid. Somebody's gotta watch them. Somebody's gotta take care of them. Yeah. You know what I mean? So But at the end of the day, I get what you're coming from, Allison. I know how it could be with you got younger brothers or younger sisters. Start Q&A. Messy, but worthy food. What's your guys' answers on that? Can we move that? Yeah, we can. I'll leave it up for a second. Allison, yeah, we especially in the mornings, you know, Crisis, he's the one that kind of convinced me to even continue doing my coffee lives. He wrote me yesterday and was like, no live today. And I was like, not this morning. And he's like, darn it, I love your coffee lives. And I was like, well, I was actually, right before he even said that, I was kind of considering not doing my coffee lives anymore. Q&A, James, Q&A. Messy, but worthy food. Which food would that be? What would you be having that's a messy but worthy food? I got a couple answers for that. But yeah, more relaxing. You're never gonna have to worry about your comments not being read until obviously if I ever blow up. Like last night, it got pretty fast. Like I had to slow down and had to go scroll through because we had Crisis, we had Mystic, we had most of our blue names were in here last night, and then quite a few extras too. And then I ended up getting like 3 or 4 subscribers last night. We hit 250, ladies and gentlemen. We have hit 250 subscribers. I have gotten, I think it is 102 subscribers in the last 28 days. I thank each and every single one of y'all for that. Lasagna, crab. I was gonna say Big Mac. I was gonna say because Big Macs are so messy. At least the old ones. Does anybody notice the difference in that? Like when I go to McDonald's, man, I always ordered a Big Mac because I knew what I was getting myself into. Everybody back in the day knew when they got a Big Mac, it was gonna be so messy that you prepare yourself for that. You open your box, you put some napkins around it, and your burger was massive. If anybody's bought a Big Mac here recently, they're tiny. They're tiny now. They're probably the size of the buns or the size of double cheeseburgers or little. And they get stacked up, man, and they don't hit the same no more. And what it seems like is they made that smaller and they were like, you know what? Next year we're gonna create a new sandwich. And they did, and it's the same size as what the Big Mac used to be, but now it's called the Arch. Which, has anybody tried that? Has anybody tried that Arch from McDonald's? Other than Carver. I know Carver tried it. Messy but worthy food. I like the Q-name, but it's kind of in the way. And it won't go nowhere. Alright, we're getting ready for Q&A, guys. Drag it up out of here. Drag it on up out of here. And double tap the screen if you're just coming in. Don't be scared, let us know what you're doing. Ah, God dog it. Very bad. Busted my shin right on the toilet paper dispenser.
I like it, boy.
She just keeps going to this door, Daddy. She just misses her person so bad right now.
Oh, he may be at work. Do you sell your merch? Allison, I do. Actually, we talked a little bit about it last night. She said W singer. Yeah, I actually can sing a little bit, specific stuff. But no, if you're interested in a shirt or a hat or any of that stuff and you'd like to rock my merch, or get any kind of merch made up yourself of which you got some ideas on, I got a guy and I can link him to you over on Facebook. You need to search me up over on Facebook and add me, and I can just send you a link pretty quick from his page. You can buy the stuff via Cash App, and if you're interested in a shirt or a hat or any of that stuff, I'll just send you over to him, and you can buy directly from the source. That way, you know you're getting good product. If he messes it up, you can get your monies back or get a new product. So it's 420 somewheres. I hear that, blind. And my wife done confiscated the freaking Benjamin Franklin. So. I know. We got it plugged in for a minute. The Cozy Dreamers. General. Calling all crows. Bro. RayRay Outdoors. I'll see if that maybe. See if that we got 4 in here, so that might bring us 1 or 2 more people. April 4th, getting closer. Brother, we are 4 days away. 5 days away. 4 days and some hours, we'll say. Gosh.
Did you make a hot pocket and forget about it?
You can eat it if you want it. It's still warm.
I tasted those and I don't like them.
Yeah, those are the kind you gotta force yourself to eat. The sausage tastes weird, don't they?
Yeah.
We got some Hot Pockets in there, and they're decent. They're not terrible. They're the sausage, egg, and cheese Hot Pockets, and when you cook them and you eat them, you know, all the other stuff, the cheese, the egg, the bread, it tastes like something you would eat in the microwave. But the sausage tastes like it's real sausage, like it was grilled on a pan or something. And just a mix of it just doesn't taste the best. It tastes really wonky. So, but nonetheless, you know, it's something to eat. Well, yeah, Allison, if you're serious and you really want to look into getting some merch or something like that, and you really want to represent one of these shirts, just get a hold of me on Facebook and we'll definitely figure that out from there. It's going to be 84 today. Front coming in. Bass will be killing it today. You're damn right, Blind, they will. That water pressure is going to be just right. Blind, have you ever made a fish timer? My grandpa used to have one, and they used to use it all the time, and it's with a mason jar, you know, a hillbilly mason jar, just a ball jar, and a bottle, glass bottle, and you usually would keep an eye and you'd mark a line on the bottle to show you where the bottle sits. He said, bottle, yep, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And then once that bottle goes down or at a specific pressure, that bottle will push itself down into the water and it'll let you know when it's time to go fishing. They call it a fish clock. Not very many people know about those methods, and pretty much it's all about water pressure. You don't want to use tap water. Some people will use tap water and let it set for a little bit before they use it, but you're better off to use like creek water or lake water. That way you get a perfect estimate or balanced estimate on what's going on out there. Barometer works. Is that what it's called? My grandpa called it a fish o'clock. Because then when that line was right on the top of the water like it's supposed to be, he'd be like, "Oh, it's fish o'clock. It's time to get our bait and get our rods." And he would too, man. He'd go over and check that thing, and if it was ready to go fishing, if it said to go fishing, he'd go grab his things up, and it'd be time to go hit the water, and he'd come home with fish majority of the time. Even the ham and cheese hot pockets taste a little off lately, but it's better than none. Yeah, Allison, I don't know what's going on, and what I think it is that they're us as people, you know, we're so focused on what's going on other than just food, and nobody understands or pay attention to this stuff no more. But they can do whatever to this food, you know, especially when we're so focused on the government, it's focused on this, focused on that. They could sit there and be adding stuff to these foods. They could be adding stuff that isn't good for us, because it just got legalized in our country or just got unbanned in our country. Like certain countries, they don't have I think it's E40 red. It's called E40 red dye, and here in America, it's used just about in every food that you possibly can. Your spaghetti sauce, your hot Cheetos, your Kool-Aid drinks, there's millions of things that here in America we sell and we know that we consume that cause cancerous, cause all kinds of bad health issues, and it sucks. Even catfish love to bite when the pressure rises. Absolutely, Blind. Absolutely. All fish, they do something accordingly to that water pressure. Some crappies, depending on what time of the year it is, that water pressure will push them out into the deeper spots. But whenever that pressure rises and they got that good air in the water, they move into the shallows whenever they're getting ready to spawn as well. So it's like, I love learning the anatomy of fish, but I think the only way you actually get to learn like about what's going on in a lake and how fish do what is by being there all the time. And before I moved here, there was a lake that I lived by, above my below my cabin, and I would be there just about every other day. It was a year-round fishing spot, so even through the beginning of spring before trout opener, I could be there. It's just so far away now that it's hard to get to, where I'd have probably been there catching crappies this past March for sure, because the crappie bite last year at about this time in March was pretty good. It was these cold, weird snap weathers, just like it was this past March, and it turned the crappie on. It really does. They get fired up or something. It's like once that ice melts off and they get that nice little bit of warm rain fall, they go crazy. Cash in the house. Good morning. Got your coffee, I'm hoping? Cheers. We're just over here talking fishing. I got a bass last week. Really? That's somebody. Allie? Allie, is that your name? It's Allie. Allie, welcome in. Congratulations on your bass. Heck yeah. Yeah, I want to say about last week or so is about the time them bass start getting out there lurking and searching for moving baits in the water. Because I will say during like the beginning February into the beginning of or the ending of February, beginning of March, them bass are real slow. They're looking for something that they barely got to move to get. And during them times, actually, I'll take chubs. I don't know if you guys know what chubs are. They're a type of minnow out of a creek. And we'll chop them into chunks. And during my February, beginning of March phase, if I was to be fishing during them times, which I know where I could be fishing during those times if I had my license then. There's a bass pond not too far from here that and bluegill that have quite a bit, about 20 minutes away from here. Maybe 30 the most. But mainly bass in there. It's mainly largemouth. It's mainly made for, you know, big baits and stuff like that. But at night, that's the best time to tackle them, and it seems to be cut bait. Chop them chubs up into chunks, and you will catch largemouth out of that bass lake. And a lot of people are like, "Wow, on cut bait." Yeah, on cut bait. It's because the bass, they get them moving so slow when it's cold. Big D vibes. Hey, Jody, you already know, bro. You already know. No baby D around here, man. No. Welcome in, man. If you haven't already, do me a favor. Double tap that fish for me. And if you're into fishing content, come check out the page. And subscribe and check out some fishing videos, dude. To do everything from catching cook videos to just hanging out live. Soon we'll be on the water live. Can't wait for that. We got 5 days, 4 days, and some hours counting, technically. He said it. Oh, okay. It's Allison. Well, I will remember that because I see the Allie. So it's Allison, but I changed my name because most people just call me Allie. LOL, sorry. But I thought so. That's what I was calling you when I first met you in Crisis's live. I was like, Allison's kind of long to type out too, so I was like Allie, A-L-I. Pretty easy. 26 minutes in. Last night, we went for, I think, 39 minutes, our first 30 minutes or so, and we had 15, almost 20 likes. It's probably a new record, honestly, in time. But I think, personally, the night lives are where it's at. They are. The late afternoon, everybody's settled down, everybody's on their phone, they're not working, they don't have much to worry about. These morning lives, they can be questionable. People got work, kids got schools, a lot. So the ones that do get to get on here, thank you. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all, I promise. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Yeah, I went ahead and rode the crow's nest, and I seen Crisis's message from last night where he said he had to be up in 5 hours talking about from the live last night. So that told me that he had to be up really early. So he probably won't be in here today. But enough of me. What about you guys, man? Allie, what you doing today? What's your plans? Jody, what's your plans? Cash, you still in here? What's your plans? Lisa was on here. The Wee Garden Witch, good evening. Good morning. Night and afternoon to everyone in different parts of the world. We got one in here. I'll do this. I'll just go take the link here on YouTube and go post it in there. Share, copy link. Mm-hmm. Paste. Wow. Baba booey. Baba booey. I don't like this fucking Discord stuff, I really don't. Don't like a Discord. I don't like it. I want to start a YouTube channel, but my parents won't let me, unfortunately. They only let me post on Pinterest account. Huh. You got Facebook? Facebook ain't too bad anymore. It used to be really bad. Like really bad. But now I think, you know, they've been kind of like cracking down all the negative stuff over there. But a lot of people are being told to stay off YouTube as well, that YouTube's toxic and that YouTube's full of nothing but gay stuff. But clearly not over here right now as I'm sitting here with you guys. I've seen it in the live streams as you scroll through the stuff. It's a pretty ugly feed. There's some ugly stuff out there. But I think it's just all about what you put yourself for. You know? I think everybody's got a choice in life to go hang out in those kind of lives or, you know, tonight. So double tap the screen if you're just coming in. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you're new here, let the chat know what you got going on. Don't be shy. We're here to show love, support, spread everybody around, raise all tides at once, trying to get everybody's channel some love over here. So if that sounds about like you and you need some love shared over on the page, or you need somebody to come in and check out what you got going on, don't be shy to come on in here and holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. I have not besides... I have nothing besides YouTube and Pinterest. Damn it. That sucks. I can only imagine. But hey, I'll be real. Stay young while you can, man. As much as you're like, oh, I wish I could be doing this. I wish I could be doing that. I wish I could be young again. So you'll get to my place in life, and eventually you'll be like, damn, man, my young days flew. They don't even feel like they were yesterday. I can still remember stuff that I did in my teenage years like I did it yesterday, but I know I did it 10, 15 years ago. So consider yourself lucky too. I don't know if you have both your parents in your life. I don't know if both of them actually care for you. It sounds like they do, considering you don't and aren't allowed to be on social media platforms. So I praise your parents and I bow to them, honestly, because it's hard. It's hard raising teenagers in this world, especially in America, with what's going on today's time. The pace of people and the pace, not just you guys, but women. You guys are moving at a lot quicker rate than you guys ever have. Even us men, we're trying to evolve and be things that we've never been. Same with women. You know, I think in the last 20 years, we have all kind of hit the downward spiral, if you will, of not knowing what we are, who we are. And that rose a lot of questions to millions and millions of people. And yeah, it's just, I think a lot of us, as they call us, the woke, we've woken up. We've kind of started viewing every bit of life from each angle and aspect. We've just learned that, you know, a lot of the stuff that's going on today can be very bad for the economy. It can be something that could alter our country into being something we never wanted it. Like I told my wife, man, I want everybody to take a deep dive on this with me real quick. When it comes to us as a country, United States of America and whatnot, we have had one of the best armies and best military, best countries in the world. Over the last 10 to 15, almost 20 years, we have allowed racism, LGBT plus bullshit. We've allowed all this stuff to interfactor and mess with our country. A lot of people are getting softer. A lot of people are changing and turning into something that they normally could not be able to be. And we have all these other countries that are loading up. If you go to Japan, you go to Korea, you go and look at these people's military. They are teaching their children from the age of 10 to 15 war. They're teaching them hand-to-hand weapon combat every single day. Every single day. Now, there's only one reason for that. Euro, how's it going, brother? Good morning. How's it going? Yeah, man, we're just over talking about why the country is the way it is and what's going to eventually happen. We as a country have been getting soft over the last 20 years. And what I mean by that is just, like I said, all the weird stuff, the softness. And what happens is when we get to complete softness in this country, and every other country like Korea and China and stuff are having their children training. They didn't do that before. You know who used to do that before? Us, America. We was pulling 16 and 17-year-old boys and sending them to the damn military to get ready to go fight. Guess who don't do that no more? Guess who is doing that now in their countries? It's a matter of time before this place turns into a big ass comfy pillow and somebody's big ass head from another country is gonna come dive in on it. They're gonna come dive in on it because they know ain't nobody in this country gonna be able to defend themselves. There's so many handicapped, there's so many disabled, there's so many lazy people, that the ones that are able to get up and fight and go to battle, like me and Crisis and a few others, we are going to have to be numbered 1 to 1,000. What that means is us one person is going to need to kill 1,000 trained soldiers in order for our country to survive. I mean, not possible. Not possible. You know why? Because we, as America, have fell off of our way. We have. At least a lot of us have. Yeah, I seen the Chinese kids can take apart an AK-47. Yeah. Yeah, they deassemble weapons, re-put them back together, and fucking put bullets in them and fire that motherfucker. And like, I done. I done. Yeah, I'm fucking done. This is crazy. No, but serious, man. At all serious, all joking aside, man. Like, us as a collective group of people in this country, we got to realize we have been the biggest bullies in years. For 50, 60 years, we've been bullying countries and doing what we want to do with them. And we're gonna come over here and tear your guys' shit up, make you listen to us, and we're gonna put a building of our own over here. And then on top of that, we're gonna allow our tourists also to come over here and do whatever they want. And you're not gonna do a damn thing. To me, that's a bully. Anybody else that's lived in this country, they know what a bully sounds like, they know what it looks like. Well, America has been the bullies of the last few thousand years. We have been terrible. We've pushed life, other tribes and living out of this country, the Indians, in order to just have this. And then the way we have overcome and taken it and adapted and built, yes, it is amazing what we have been able to become and what our minds have been set to later on in life. We've been doing great. However, there could have probably been so many ways that could have been gone a different route. You know, I think really what it was is back then, even what we have today's time, is population control. They wanted to be like, okay, well, we want all of this. We don't just want a little bit. So we're going to make y'all go. We're going to take your wives. We're going to slaughter your people in front of you. And we're going to make you guys run up out of here. And to me, that was so wrong. So wrong. You know, everybody each year, we sit and we celebrate the day of Thanksgiving. You know, I love the idea that Thanksgiving was the holiday of peace and giving back and doing this and doing that. But there absolutely had to be some negative stuff that came along with that. You see what I'm saying? There had to be. And I'm the type of person that wonders about those kind of situations. What happened in I totally agree with you, man. In World War II, my country's Canada was kicking ass and taking names. Now our military is kind of a joke, all new recruits and all embarrassment. Absolutely. You get on the United States military, like TikTok pages and stuff like that. You got so many gay people. I have nothing against gay people out there protecting our country. However, they're not going to go in there like a Marine. They're not going to go in there like a self-driven man. Bust through a fucking door where there's two guys got a woman with an AK-47 to her chest. Bolt in that door, take him out, take the one out in the corner, and then rescue the woman to exit. That's manly shit. That's Marine Corps shit. And I'm sorry, just today's day and age and time, you don't hear about stories like that no more. I think the last actual military exercise that we did where we actually kicked ass and did what we were supposed to do and get it out the way was Osama. And it took forever. It took multiple presidents. It just, Euro, how have you been? Exactly, because they're fruitcakes, respectfully. Cash, I have been a good day at work today. relaxing. Hell yeah, Euro. You deserve it, man. Been on the road, doing your thing. I can only imagine. Especially up there in the old Canada. 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 I've always admired your guys' national anthem and stuff, bro. I've always honored the way you guys hold yourself up there. I really do. And I know what you mean by, militaries have fell off, but you guys have always had one of the impeccable military up there. So hold on. Enjoy busy Monday at work for me. Damn, Cash, we're so sorry. Everybody does pet prayers for Cash in the chat. Ari in here. Good morning, Ari. How are you? Cash, be safe. Have a great day at work. During the Remembrance Day, our Canada military, they couldn't even properly march and sing together. It was horrible to watch. That's not good. Yeah, man. And like I said, you go over to China, you go over to North Korea, and they're training their 10, 11, or 12-year-olds how to freaking take guns apart and march, and how to set and use fucking them swords on the ends of the guns. And you see that stuff, and a lot of people nowadays, they don't worry about it. They're just like, To me, I'm worried about it. Our country gets hit with one of the world's biggest EMPs, which China has. Take everything out, even satellites and shit like that. And one day, all of us are going to go outside, and there's going to be millions of planes in the sky flying towards you, and parachutes, and people dropping and shooting people. And if it ever gets to that, to where it's kind of like that movie, what is it called? It's got Josh Hutcherson, or not Josh Hutcherson, Josh from Drake and Josh in it. It's got the dude that plays Thor. He's in it. Red Dawn. If you guys want to watch a movie, go watch Red Dawn, because I'm sorry, but that's what's eventually coming for America. Why? Is because we owe trillions beyond trillions of dollars. The only person I feel like right now that has helped us and kept us out of these holes and war holes is Donald Trump, and everybody fucking hates him. We good in there?
No.
What happened?
Fucking game.
Oh. Game rage this morning already. I can't do it no more. I used to wake up and I'd jump on the damn game and I'd do the same thing. I'd get on there and I'd be zoned in, and instantly it pissed me off and I'd be raging. But I can't do it no more, man. It's not good for your mental health, because for you to do something and it be that frustrating, get you that angry, to heart pounding, screaming, yelling, to me, if it's doing that to you, you got to get it out of your life, because it's gonna be that way every time. It's never gonna change. Love video games. I've always have, but here recently, the last 5 to 7 years, they have done nothing but make games very, very high competitive. Like whether it's like Fortnite, any kind of sports games, racing games. They're just all competitive. There's no games where you work together and accomplish a goal. So we've been talking about it in here recently. We've been considering going ahead and getting us like a Wii or something that we can do something as a unit together, play some bowling and stuff like that. He said it's definitely something to think about. There are other countries want to try and start war with the West, China, Russia, North Korea. Best believe they are working together. That's what I said, Euro. And in that movie, if I'm not mistaken, Red Dawn, it's literally China and Russia working together to attack America. So you said it best, brother. You know, and they make movies like that for a reason, man. There was a movie called Eagle Eye. Who remembers the movie called Eagle Eye? It was a movie with Shia LaBeouf, and it's pretty much about an AI system that pretty much tells him everything and anything to do, or he will die. Well, in that movie came out in what, 2006, 2007?
Yeah.
And that movie was talking about an AI system controlling the world and doing what it wants to do, pretty much. That was 20-something odd years ago, guys. You know, so it's like I think we all knew about an AI system back then, and just over a period of time, it took them a long time to feel comfortable. But now we have it at our fingertips. We have AI at our fingertips. It's scary. Me personally, I'm not trying to start anything. I don't think either political side is great. Henry Johnson, brother. I'm live streaming right now. I had to choose them. I don't go with either political party either. I want to go with whatever is going right with the country. Now it could be judicial, or I don't know how the branches and all them work over there. However, at the end of it all, as long as the country is being ran smoothly, you go to these other countries and they don't have a re-election every 4 years. They don't. They have an election once a lifetime. Go to London. Go to Paris, France, all these other places, Africa. They don't have, the same as we do here, where every 4 years a new elected official gets to run the country. And I think that should be changed. In my opinion, that should be changed. Yes, we started it that way back in the day with George Washington. Well, maybe George didn't have the best in interest at all, Maybe he didn't. He was the first president. You don't think that he made mistakes, Because like I said, you go to these other countries and they all have presidents that have been presidents the majority of their life. Ali agreed. Yeah, I just wish the best for every country, every place. But if there's ever a country that should be nervous, scared, thinking, are we going to be okay in the future? It's definitely the U.S. It's definitely us here in America. You look at all these other countries and poverties and their lifestyles and stuff. You don't see them over there in countries getting to do live streams and do stuff like this. But eventually all the good comes to an end. Look at the Egyptians. Look at all of the people, the pharaohs, the people that were hired of power, way up there, quote. Well, at the end of the day, what happened to them? So.
What was that?
I couldn't tell you. If you're just coming in, double tap that screen. If you haven't already, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're new coming in, let us know what you got going on in the chat. History always repeats itself, Cash. I pray to the good man upstairs that me and my babies do not have to live with it, that, or their children, but, somebody of our bloodlines are going to have to deal with it. And that's the sad part, because they're going to have to deal with something that our people here and the president and stuff have caused. The future generations are going to pay for what us here in the past have done, and none of us look at it that way until it happens. You'll double tap that screen. Euro time makes everything fall. Romans, Egyptians, Aztecs, time never stops. It don't. That's the one thing that don't stop. Even if this planet is gone after it's still, the time's still going to be there. We just won't be able to absorb it and see it and live it. That's why life is very precious. That's why it's very, very a vulnerable topic. It's something that everybody should really, every morning when you wake up, when I make my cup of coffee here recently, I've been thanking God for allowing me to do this, to allow me to see the color, to allow me to see you guys, People, there's some people that wake up here on this earth with nothing. They can't see, they can't speak. And just to think that I got chosen, you got chosen, each one of y'all got chosen to be able to see this color, to be able to talk to me properly, to smell the air, to taste the food. So each day, every single one of us are blessed, every single one. And we got to start looking at life that way, man, because as long as we're right in God's eyes and we stay with a positive mindset, anything's possible. That's true. Every day you woke up is true. Every day you wake up is a good day. It's a great day. It's a great day. You know, and this morning I woke up and I was like, man, I'm so freaking tired. I had got up at 8 o'clock this morning. What happened is I got to sleep in yesterday, so my body was like, ooh, you're going to get to sleep in again this morning. No, you're not. And I was like, man, I was dragging around. A buddy of mine, he needed me to watch his dog. His dog's here, hanging out in there with the wife and the kiddos. She's a little bitty thing, so she ain't hurting nobody. That's true. Everybody wakes up. It's a good day. Exactly. We never truly realize how much we take for granted. We take things for granted every day, Ari. Just the people that wake up super early in the morning and jump straight in their vehicle and just roll out and then reach their destination safely. They don't realize that they were just blessed, because there's people that drive out their front door and leave right out their front door and die in a car accident from one careless person. And it may not even been that person's fault, you know. It could have been the careless person's fault. But accidents do happen, and it's just, don't take stuff for granted, man. You got babies, if you got kids, you got family members, go give them a hug. Go say I love you. Sorry for whatever you did the day before, because that's in the past now, and now you're dealing with something that's present, and that's the best thing that you could have. No problem, Allie. We'll see you soon. For those of you just coming in, though, do me a favor, double tap that screen, tap that fishy right there, and if you guys are interested in any convo, let us know what you got going on down in the chat. Don't be shy. Yeah, you're right, man. You know, history will always repeat itself eventually. That's the scary thing. That is the scary thing, man. Questions is, you know, I've sat and asked myself, we got all these holes in the ground, and, you know, like New Mexico, looks like a massive crater has hit it or something. But what if it wasn't? Just what if? What if we as humans did get to this kind of point of life at one point in time? It's just been lost and gone for so long because we did the one thing that we probably shouldn't have done. Maybe we did have an all-out Holocaustal type of war millions of years ago, and it left very few people, and those few people were pretty much just out there surviving in caves, doing their thing, and that's how we got cavemen. You know, I think about stuff like that all the time, because the only way you would survive in a nuclear blast or a world-ending event from nuclear war would be to be underground for a good period of time. Forget about how to take care of yourself. Probably even have kids in there. Raise the kids in the cave. You know. And yeah, those kids that you raise in the cave and you die off, those kids don't have much of knowledge to anything, because you're not capable of teaching them everything you need to teach them. Yeah, so they lose brain cells, they lose thoughts, they lose everything. But over the years and thousands of years, it seems like we've evolved again. And that's how we are who we are now. They had underground cities back in the day. It is crazy how advanced some people were. Yeah, there definitely been a reset of civilization. Anybody that doesn't know how to hunt or fish are doomed. Yeah, Cash. I think that's one of the main reasons I learned what I learned. I picked up just this specific trait on how to be able to catch fish, how to be able to go out there and hunt and skin animals from my grandpa, for a reason. And he used to tell me these kind of stories, what we're sitting here talking about all the time, about how things could turn in a matter of moments because of what this country is. We've always had that thought on topic, and I don't know. I miss the old man. You know, I don't like talking politics because we hate president stuff. We despise of this country's judicial branch and systems and stuff. But we always did like and think about history and how the future could look, and why people did what they did. You know, so. And back then, us Americans, we were dumb, man. I can't even lie. You know what it was is that we were hungry. Back in the day, people were still struggling. You know, there was not very much jobs back in the 1800s and stuff, unless you were dealing with like oil and coal mines and stuff of that nature. Your money was not the best, and then even then, most of those coal miners are dead. They've been dead and gone for a long time because of the stuff they had to breathe in and the cancers that they had. And it sucks to say, man, we were dumb back then. So whenever we notice, oh, I can go shoot people and make double the amount of money than I would when I go in that coal mine and damn near kill myself. So everybody looked at it as it was an opportunity, And then when they figured out what we were actually doing, us as American men, we loved it because we were like, yeah, we are the baddest fucking country on the planet. So we held ourselves to that standard for a long time. And you don't hear that no more. I don't know when the last time you guys have heard it, but when have you heard that the United States of America is the baddest fucking planet on the earth? Or the baddest country on the planet of the earth? No, you don't. You hear that it's the gayest country on the earth. You hear that all the fucking time. I hear it, I don't know how much, that we are the gayest country out there right now. Women's right history, absolutely. There's definitely been a right reset in civilization. What, baby? Doing okay in there?
Yeah.
I'm almost at an hour. I probably...
Has he said hi yet? Have you shown them his haircut?
Yeah, I showed him off last night.
Oh.
Yeah, I showed him off last night while you were,
I was gonna say, sir, get your midsection.
Oh.
Probably got girls that swipe across your lives.
Sorry, bud. Can I have the pen? I haven't even hit it.
Oh, it's 3.
I've been conversating. We're talking this stupid country's judicial branch, and we're talking what could happen.
Why you have that?
Justin, checking back for a second. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. I really do. Yeah, I figured we'd get Matty Adventures in here, but he must be a busy bee this
morning. Not good to have a 2-liter pop sitting out here without a cap.
There.
Oh, that's the medicine cap.
Yeah, boy, you better quit. I'm gonna go in the chair. How's your guys' day going, man? What you out there doing, Justin? I know you said you was walking, man. I think it goes without saying, everyone knows how powerful America is. Oh yeah, facts, gosh. We know what we can do and what we're capable of, but we have lost ourselves quite a bit. We're not the hands-on combat army that we used to be. That's for sure. We used to not even allow, back in them days, we didn't even allow women in there to do the war and the combat. We used to only allow them to take care of med aid and stuff. And now we allow you guys to go out there, which I give it to any human being that is willing to go out there, grab a weapon and go fire for their country. But at the same time, I feel like you women should be protected. You guys should be the loving, the carers, the caregiving. And it's not that that's just because that's your guys' strong suit, or that, we don't fit in that category, because I've seen men that do the same job as the women, but I don't know. That's another topic. That's another pretty good topic right there. The other day I saw a video of some women police officers that were inside a prison facility. And this woman told this man to go back in his cell and get his shirt on. That if he wanted to be outside of his cell, he needed to put his shirt on. Kind of simple thing to be asking. However, the dude was just like, man, I literally just walked out here. And she's like, I don't care, you gotta have your shirt on. And he's like, man, you just want something to fuck with. You just want somebody to mess with. And he's like, no. She's like, no, you need to just follow the rules. That's a lot of you people's problem in here, is that you don't want to follow the rules. And he's like, man, stop messing with me, man, like that. And she was like, you know what, just go ahead and cuff up. Which means pretty much just put your hands together, let me cuff you up, since you're acting a fool. And he's like, you're not putting them cuffs on me, you're not putting them cuffs on me. And then he reached back and he swung as hard as he could, and he knocked this girl clean the fuck out, and then got on top of her and started stomping her face into the concrete. And then the other woman tries to help, and you can see from the woman that's laying on the ground, breathing like she's dying. The other female is standing there wrestling with the dude, and dude's uppercutting her like this, and he's just fucking her whole face up. And then a couple other cops come in, they hit him with some pepper balls, and they get him tackled to the ground and put him in jail. And this was all over a t-shirt. A t-shirt. And I'm just like, why in the hell is there two women in there with fucking obviously high need visual people? Like, I don't know, man. I get it, women are strong too. Women can do the same thing as a man can, but clearly not in that situation. And I felt terrible, you know. It's just, there's things that women should do and there's things that they shouldn't. But I give you props if you're still trying to do the things that the man's doing, regardless. It's a respect thing, so I give it to you. But God have mercy, did that woman's face get destroyed, man. And that wouldn't have happened if she'd have been sitting behind a desk somewhere, being just a cop that lets people in and out the door, or doing paperwork, or to be in there dealing with high-leveled convicts is just a bit much. When I think of an American badass, I think of Don Fry. I have some experience with this, and I will tell you, sometimes women can get more from inmates than men, but then have to be variable, tactical, and build rapport. Yeah, see, in that video, you know, she said that after she got cleaned up and they gave her an interview on like what happened, you know, they needed to figure it out. She said him and her actually have always been on good terms. That she's actually was always there to check on him, make sure he was okay. If he needed something, she'd help him out. I don't know, you know. I think when you're in a cage like that for 24 hours a day, you don't get much social time. You don't get to talk to people like that. It can affect you, man. And I think that may have been what that guy's problem was. It could have been just a basic phone call that he got hung up on by his mom or one of his family members, and that set him off for the day. And it don't matter who talks to him from then on. He's behind them walls and he's panicking and freaking out. And then you got somebody coming up with an attitude, hey, you need to put your damn shirt on. You know, that could be the trigger that sets that inmate off. And people don't look for that stuff. They don't understand, because they got a job there and they've never been in behind bars like this in their life, other than to be in there taking care of them. So it's just a weird thing, man. I love the 60 days in thing, because they're making cops nowadays go in there and be an actual inmate, learn how to be confrontational, learn how to be segregated, like whites, Mexicans, blacks, y'all are all divided. Everybody has their own group to hang out with. You can't talk with this race, you can't talk with that race, or there's problems. Like, that's how real jail and prison works. And it's just, a lot of people aren't ready for that. The attitude was her first problem. Swear to God, Cash. It was, because, you know, them inmates, like I just said, that you don't know what they've gone through that day. Even if you were on good terms with them previous days, you can't go in there and be like, hey, man, you get your damn shirt on. What are you doing? You could have, hey, is there any way I can get you to get your shirt on today? You know, it could have been as simple as that. And he'd have probably honestly been like, man, I probably had my shirt on, but you know, this happened and that happened, and you know, they would have explained, and it probably would have been a more level-headed exchange. But I showed my wife that video, and she had to look away because she was just like, oh my god, they're not even helping her. Well, no other inmate's going to help a cop. They're not. If anything, they're going to help beat the shit out of that cop. It's just, man. Cheers to you, the partakers. Baby. What time is it, love?
12
I'm trying to get it to about 12:30. Talk for a little bit longer. Get a couple more people in here. What's up, Jay, man? What is up? Hope you're having a great day, man. We're just over here talking a little bit about whatever. Kind of was on a good topic of everything, of the government and all this extra stuff that's been going on, and then kind of fell into talking about women and specific jobs and how some jobs can be kind of dangerous for them. And I used to work in the court system. Oh, hell yeah, Cash. I'm making enough hockey masks to make Jason Voorhees' team. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I don't know how much you're costing or charging on those masks, man, or whatnot, but I told you I'd love one, man. I'd love to represent. Maybe get out there while I'm fishing and get some cool photos made up of me standing by the water, just holding my rod like fucking, you know, like it's a knife or something while I'm fishing, and get you some, you know, get you some love, man. Bring some people over to your page. Freaking, well, I could definitely do that for you, bro. It's what I've done previous years, man, with these bait companies and stuff. They'll send me products. I'll go out, catch fish, and make videos and stuff for them, and that's kind of my payment for them, because I'm kind of promoting their bait to get more people to come in. So he said I'll send them to you once I perfect my technique. Bad J, man. Yeah, man. Even the rough copies, man, like I told Carver, you know, he's been drawing or whatever for a long time, but who's to say that one day he does a painting and he feels so good that he done that and he turns it into a masterpiece and something blows up one day. I'll at least have a portrait of myself that he drew, and he don't even do that very much for people. And I just think that'd be pretty freaking cool, especially if he got big. So. We got 2 in the chat. If you haven't already, double tap that screen. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'll make one for you, Carver, and your wife. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. My wife is Harry Potter, so if you do her up one, make sure it's something to do with Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Your roll with the double tap that screen, everyone. Yeah, man, I think we're just gonna probably wrap it up at about 1:30, just depending on how many people will jump back up in here. But he said once I blow up on YouTube. Yeah, man, that's gonna take you a while, man. As much as positivity and hope for you, man, I hope you do blow up. But man, with the way YouTube's moving right now, with how many algorithms, like you got these new kick videos, you got TikTok, there's so many platforms now that it's so hard to push your product on one algorithm, on one place. So it's just it's one of them things, man. I give you all the praise. I hope one day I blow up as well. That's the whole objective here. But the only way you're gonna go and blow up, J-Man, is if you get them products and you show them off, you get some live streams, you get some videos up, and then, you know what I mean, that'll start drawing in your mask drawing content likers. Jason Musk. Hell yeah. Zero Harry Potter knowledge. You don't know nothing about Harry Potter, Cash? She said I couldn't tell you anything. Yep, that's my wife's stuff, ain't it, baby?
Yep.
Harry Potter.
Ron Weasley. Snap, snap, Severus Snap, 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 Severus Snap. Ron Weasley.
Appreciate that, Cash. You're awesome. She said bottle, Mom. Bottle. I want a bottle. I want you.
Well, I'm sorry, dear. I can't help you with a bottle. I can
Oh,
help your daughter, but not you.
that's fine. I accept. I accept that anybody just come in and double tap the screen if you haven't already. We got Cash, we got J-Man. Who else we got in the house? We'll wrap it up in about 20 minutes. So, for those of you that are in here and that are hanging out, thank you. How was the weather today, RayRay? You guys want to see?
You can definitely tell that Fortune Bell is not used to this at all.
Yeah, no. You got her some water, babe?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I just didn't know if there's some in there. Is there some in there?
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually pretty nice out, guys. It's actually pretty nice. A little cloudy. There's no sun really, but it's pretty nice, in my opinion. Got some loud people down there talking, that's for sure. That's the only downfall about me coming out here anymore. I don't mind to come out here and hang out and stuff and try to talk to you guys out here, but there's just so much going on all the time out here. And that's why a main reason why we're always inside is because James, what to do, James? How's your day going? How's your trucking day going? But no, I try to come out here every once in a while, but every time I come out here, I either get caught up in a conversation with somebody, or something, and I try my best to just be focused here with you guys. I'd rather be trying to get combo in with y'all and have a nice little chat. Man, it looks good outside, bro. We just had snow all day yesterday. Didn't let up until about midnight. He said, "Oh, I feel like shit." I could imagine, James, sitting in that truck, man. What you gotta do, man? I don't know if you're, big motivation type of guy or whatnot, but I know you got a truck, so you always park somewhere, take and get out and stretch and go for a little walk, man. Even if it's just like 100-yard dash, it's a nice little walk and come back and stretch them legs out and get you a coffee. You'll feel great. You running on 24 hours, no sleep. Man, I've seen truck drivers do it, man. I've seen them do it. We got 5 in the chat. If you're just coming in, double tap that screen. We'd greatly appreciate it. And welcome to RayRay Outdoors. But it is a little breezy, and it is not the warmest out here. It's probably about, I say 58, 60 almost, maybe, with that wind. Wind is whipping. Euro said, "James, you should have a nap. RayRay, I'll hook you up with something you'll love." Oh yeah, James, or J-Man. Yeah, we're about to be getting moved soon, man. That way, then once I get moved, I can give Carver my new address. He can get the jigs and that painting sent over, and I can get a hold of a couple other people that I know that want to send me some things. Make sure they got my new address. And it's time to get the fishing season underway, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. I'm excited. My wife's actually excited because she ain't been out of the house in some time. We ain't been able to get a day away from the kiddos for a while, so Grandma's going to come watch them on the 4th, and we're going to go have our fishing adventure. Yes, sir, Euro. You're getting on them, brother. Gonna go from catching them for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours that morning, and then turn around and we will be doing a little catch and cook live as well. I'll go fillet them, get them all cleaned up, and then I will start the live back up when we get under a podium or whatnot, so we're out of the rain. And then as the catch and cook goes, we'll do a little live for that. Can't wait. I ain't had fish since at least fresh trout since last fall, so the beginning of fall, September-ish. So Cash, it's kind of tough. I think it honestly depends on what fish you're working with. The key to a trout, when you go to clean a trout or whatnot, you can actually slice under the gills, and while it's alive, you catch it. As soon as you catch it, you put it on your stringer, you slice the gills, and you're probably like, oh my god. And the reason you do that is so that the fish bleeds out. You want the blood to come out of the fish. Now, that is if you're going to eat it soon. If you're trying to wait a couple hours or an hour, you let that fish stay alive on the stringer for a little bit. It gives you a little bit more time to do anything. Once you get to the creek, you slice their throats, you let their blood drain down the stream, and then I could probably sit and do the filleting and stuff live. It's kind of a blood thing. Hey, do paperwork right now with her. You're good, brother. But yeah, I probably could. I just prefer not to show that stuff on here. I've been thinking about doing a video that shows it specifically. I just want to do it right, that way that YouTube doesn't, The blood must go against the guidelines, I'm guessing. Yeah. Interesting. I love seeing different ways to fillet. Yeah, and with the trout, there's actually 3 different ways that you can do their cleaning process. One, just a basic simple fillet. Take the sides off, take the rib bones out, and take the strip of pin bones. You'll have like a V cut of some meat, clean boneless fillet. You can also take and cut from the bottom fin, the butthole, all the way up to the gill plate. When you open their mouth, you can push their tongue down, and you cut behind their tongue, and then stick your finger behind that, and just with one quick rip and pull, it'll rip the gills, it'll rip the organs, it'll rip everything out. The only thing you'll have to go back in and do is scrape out the bloodline in its spine, and then you can fry that fish just like that. But if you want to de-skin it, which a lot of people have never tried, once you get done doing it that way and you have the head, you break the neck and you slowly pull backwards towards the tail after you take the head. And what that'll do is de-skin the entire trout, and then you can go back through with your fingers, and the top fin, where the big fin is on its back, it'll just come out once the skin is detached from it. Very simple, very easy. You can pull the pins out of the meat, and then you have a trout with no skin, freshly cleaned and ready to go. We got 2 in the chat. An hour and 20 minutes in. We got 10 more minutes to hang out here with you guys. I usually always take the skin off. That's a good technique. It is. I watch a guy on YouTube myself, because that's where I learned all my stuff from. I've learned a lot of my, because I had never caught a trout. I had never eaten a trout until I moved here. I caught many of other fish, eaten many of other fish, until I moved here, and I was just like, wow, trout is nothing compares to it, especially good tasting trout. But my buddy Bass and Trout over on YouTube, I watch him. There's another one called Northwest Fishing Secrets. I love Northwest Fishing Secrets because when he first started making his videos, they would be him taking a backpack, hiking deep in the remote mountains to find a wild lake made up by streams. And he would camp there. He'll camp there, he'll eat catch and cooks, he'll do all that, and then he'll leave the next day. But then just the whole video, man, of him getting out there that night. That night he may not eat a fish right away. He might eat an MRE for dinner, hang his hammock, do some fishing, catch a few, lay back, read his book, and then he'll turn around, and then the next morning just waking up on the lake and birds chirping, you're the only one there, and make a nice cup of coffee and just sit back and absorb it all, the coffee and the view. You do that, and then you turn around, then you catch your fish, and then you have your fish lunch out there, and it does something to you, man. It really does something to you. And this year I want to get to doing that. I need to save some money so I can get me a battery pack system. Dave, we don't do politics in here, dog. Keep your politics to yourself. If we're talking how shitty everything is, it's one thing, but in particular, specific human beings, we don't do that. The entire United States of America's government system is corrupted, my friend. And if you have any belief in otherwise, you're a problem. You're a problem. Need to go back to the free open arms. No more government officiants. We as America need to stand up, if anything. Outdoors makes great content like that. He goes out on his own and survives outside, builds a camp and goes hunting. It's cool. Outdoor Boys, yeah, I've watched plenty of Outdoor Boys. It's kind of like one of the main guys another one of the main guys I used to watch until he quit making videos as much. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but Outdoor Tom, because Outdoor Boys actually quit posting their videos. Outdoor Tom is his son, and he actually posts what's going on right now, and they post a video about once a month or so. Yeah, man. I love what Luke did, man. He built something so big to where it literally made him have to take a pause. It got so out of hand. I pray to God it never gets to that for me. I don't want to ever get that big. But if you guys don't know, but us as fans for the for the outdoor boys or whatever, we as fans are what pushed them to stop making videos. Every time they get out in public, every time they go anywhere, they were always getting noticed. They would always have to stop. They would always have to make time for other people. And yeah, after probably doing that for about 5 years, dealing with people constantly for about 5 years, it probably does get old. It gets old when every time you walk out your door, somebody's like, oh my God, So I feel for them, but at the same time, I think that when you put yourself out there like he did, it's kind of what you should have been expecting. Not only that, it's just the fact that now it's going to set his son up, So for the rest of their lives, they will be set anytime they post videos. That's crazy when you think about it. He was doing it as a side quest, basically. Yeah, for a long time, he was doing it as just something to do and have fun. And it turned into something he did consistently. And then it changed. He was just like, it's getting overwhelming, guys. I can't even breathe. I can't travel. I can't go do anything without people down my neck. Me having to take photos, me meeting people constantly. And I just think he's over that, A person, even when we go to do things like he does, like some of the places he goes and visits and hangs out and makes videos at, he knows them people. He knows them before he was the Outdoor Boys. So I think a lot of people don't realize that some people aren't really the type of person to get out there and meet a bunch of people, hang out with a bunch of new people. They like to be to themselves. They just like to show what they do, you know. And I think that's what it was. And it turned into something really crazy for him, man. Millions and millions of views, TV shows, getting asked to come on the show, just, you know, all of it. James, I got one more hour. You got this, James. He's super righteous too. I think their religion probably doesn't condone the fame. Condone the fame. Who, the Outdoor Boys? You said that his religion don't condone to fame? Well, he's a little late on that.
She's in the driver's seat yelling, I'm in the trunk, help!
Who's while my husband pumping gas?
Jesus. Trying to get that man in trouble. Yeah, I know. He won't be here for another 30 minutes to an hour. So. We got 4 more minutes. And I'll probably hop off of here. And I'm going to take Miss Tinkerbell on a little walk and get her go potty. But for those of you that did drop in and hang out and chatted up this morning on this live that we had, I appreciate each and every single freaking one of y'all. Oh, it's a little chilly out there. What we got in here? Got somebody. Says we only have one, but I think it's lying to me. YouTube lies. YouTube lies hard. Yeah, 13 likes today compared to 30 last night. We did great last night. That's why I like my late night. RayRay, Euro, what happened? Hope you have a great day today, bro. If you're gonna end soon, yeah, I'll probably end off here at an hour and 30. We're an hour and 27 minutes, so we got 2 or 3 minutes to say our goodbyes. I'll probably do another live tonight, 9:30, normal time. If you guys are down to come in and hang out. And if you guys got some ideas, man, of what we could be doing, you know, other than just chatting it up. I've mentioned to everybody last night in the live. I don't know if you guys were listening. I plan on doing like a bingo. So when you guys come in here, you guys will get a number. I'll write that number down with your name, and what we'll do from there, your ball will go in the bingo wheel. Once a night, we'll do a spin, pull the number. The winning number will get entries in for a free shirt or like some baits or something of that nature. So if you guys think that would be a cool little adding aspect here. Also, I'll be tying jigs because I'm supposed to start tying jigs in the next couple weeks as well. So once I start doing that and I start tying, I plan on doing that, like little giveaways, little fun things to do. I don't know. I would obviously slow the lives down too. That way that people could look forward to the bingo nights and maybe do them like every other night, maybe every 3 nights. That way I can slow my lives down, but also it can build itself by everybody looking forward to coming and doing that. Yeah, let's play a game. I'm down for that. Maybe like trivia night or something. Got the day off, gonna do a few things around the house, clean some rifles. Most likely go visit my brother. He just got back from work. He's been gone for 28 days. Yeah, go give your brother a hug, man. Go give your brother a hug. I wish I could give mine a hug. Mine right now, I had to send him back to the home state of Indianapolis. It was pretty bad, man. We'll talk about that another time, though. But hey, thank each and every one of y'all. We're at 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 50 seconds, so we're right there. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I hope to see y'all tonight. And like I said, we're going to start coming up with some ideas once we get moved up out of here. But for now, we'll chat it up. We'll hang out. We'll vibe. We'll figure out topics anytime that we're in here. Just an all-out good little show, you know. Eventually, it'll be fishing and stuff. But soon enough, you know, everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome to come in here. It don't matter if you fish or if you don't. And you're allowed to come in here and vent about your problems. But until next episode tonight, baby, at 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'll see y'all then. Until then, fish on, everybody.